It has begun, quietly, without headlines. In late 2025, satellite systems detected unidentified drones hovering dangerously close to Estonia's airspace. Not exercises, not accidents, tests. Within hours, NATO radar systems shifted to high alert. In Moscow, state media revived a chilling phrase, historic lands. In Washington, emergency Pentagon briefings repeated one word over and over again, escalation. This is not a movie trailer. This is the fragile moment before history breaks. New intelligence reports warn that Russia's war in Ukraine, now grinding into its fourth year, is no longer contained. Hybrid attacks are spreading, cyber intrusions, sabotage, energy pressure. And here's the number few people are talking about. Global military spending crossed $2.4 trillion United States dollars in 2024, the highest ever recorded. That doesn't happen during peace. And the most disturbing part? Experts say the worst phase hasn't even started yet. If Russia pushes beyond Ukraine, into the Baltics, Moldova, or the Arctic, alliance obligations could trigger a chain reaction no one can stop. Energy prices could explode, trade routes could fracture overnight. Overseas workers, including millions of Filipinos abroad, would feel the shock through inflation, job losses, and instability. Tonight on Discovering the Earth, we reveal 10 countries quietly preparing for a world war scenario, not because they want conflict, but because they're afraid of what comes next. And the country at number 3 may already be too close to the fire. Number 10. Australia. Australia looks far from Europe on the map, but strategically, it is already in the blast radius. New 2025 defense assessments show Canberra increasingly views Russia's actions as a warning of how fast global order can collapse. As Russia and China deepen military coordination, Australia fears a future where conflicts merge across regions. Through the AUKUS alliance, Australia is preparing for scenarios involving disrupted sea lanes, the same routes that carry fuel, food, and trade across Southeast Asia and the Philippines. Defense spending has climbed to around 2.1% of GDP, funding long-range missiles, drones, and cyber warfare units. Large-scale exercises now simulate high-intensity, multi-front wars, not limited skirmishes. Australia's message is clear: distance will not protect anyone anymore, and if Pacific routes are cut, who pays the price first? Number 9. South Korea. South Korea is watching Europe, not with curiosity, but with fear. Intelligence leaks in 2025 revealed expanding military cooperation between Russia and North Korea, including suspected weapons transfers. For Seoul, this is not theory, this is existential. South Korea understands how frozen conflicts can suddenly explode. With defense spending nearing 2.7% of GDP, Seoul has expanded missile defense, surveillance systems, and cyber units. Conscription now includes advanced tech and digital warfare roles. Any escalation involving Russia could embolden Pyongyang and disrupt global semiconductor supply chains overnight. If Europe ignites Asia, South Korea would be one of the first to feel the shock. Number 8. Japan. Japan's transformation has shocked even its allies. Once restrained by post-war doctrine, Tokyo has quietly crossed a historic threshold. Russian naval patrols near Japanese waters, combined with joint Russia-China operations, forced a rethink. Defense spending reached 1.8% of GDP in 2025, the highest in modern history. Missile defense systems are expanding. Rapid response laws have been rewritten. What was once unthinkable is now being prepared for. And for Southeast Asia, Japan's shift signals one thing: the old security rules are gone. Number 7. Turkey. Turkey controls one of the most dangerous choke points on Earth, the Bosphorus Strait. Any Russian expansion instantly turns the Black Sea into a global flashpoint. Turkey walks a tightrope between NATO obligations and strategic dependence on Moscow. Defense spending now exceeds 2% of GDP, driven by drone warfare, naval assets, and domestic weapons production. Ankara knows that if the Black Sea erupts, energy and grain supplies collapse, sending shockwaves through Asia and Africa. This is not diplomacy, this is survival planning. Number 6. France. France is preparing for a war most people don't see coming. With its own nuclear deterrent and overseas territories stretching into the Indo-Pacific, Paris fears hybrid warfare, cyber attacks, infrastructure sabotage, and financial disruption. French military readiness has increased across land, sea, air, and cyber, with rapid deployment forces on standby. For trade-dependent nations like the Philippines, France's role in keeping routes open could become critical. If Europe fractures, France intends to hold the line. Number 5. United Kingdom. Britain's warnings are unusually blunt. Defense planners openly state that a wider war would hit banks, markets, and currencies before missiles. Investment in submarines, aircraft carriers, and cyber intelligence has surged. The UK sees Russia not just as a military threat, but a system-level disruptor. If financial systems shake, no country stays untouched. Number 4. Germany. Germany's shift is one of the most dramatic in Europe. After decades of caution, Berlin now sees itself as NATO's backbone. Defense spending targets once dismissed are now mandatory. Armored divisions are rebuilding. Infrastructure protection is prioritized. Germany understands one thing clearly: energy wars become economic wars, fast. And when Europe's engine moves, the world follows. Number 3. Poland. This is where fear becomes reality. Poland shares borders with Ukraine and lies directly in Russia's strategic shadow. In 2025, Poland crossed 4% of GDP in defense spending, the highest in Europe. Troops, tanks, and allied forces now stand permanently stationed. Poland does not believe in waiting, because if Russia expands, Poland believes it will be first. Number 2. Finland. Finland prepared for this decades ago. With a long Russian border and painful historical memory, Finland joined NATO and doubled down on readiness. Massive reserves, modern jets, Arctic warfare training, all active. As ice melts and Arctic routes open, Finland sees a new battlefield emerging. This isn't paranoia, it's preparation learned from history. Number 1. United States. Everything leads here. With defense spending nearing $900 billion United States dollars, the United States anchors NATO and global deterrence. Any expansion of the conflict pulls Washington in, across Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. Pentagon officials warn that miscalculation could trigger supply shortages, currency instability, and global panic faster than missiles fly. This is why preparation is accelerating, everywhere. Here's the truth no one likes to say out loud: world wars don't begin with declarations. They begin with preparations no one notices. From Australia to Finland, nations are not preparing to attack. They are preparing because they fear what happens if deterrence fails. For ordinary people, overseas workers, families, small businesses, these tensions translate into rising costs, unstable jobs, and uncertain futures. History punishes those who ignore warning signs. On Discovering the Earth, we don't spread fear, we spread clarity. Because understanding the storm is the first step to surviving it.